Welcome to Metaphiles. I'm Zach.
I'm Jay.
This is the podcast that talks to you and goes smoothly every time.
Yeah.
And
This is how it's supposed to go. So it is going smoothly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know how you'll be watching your favorite television show?
Uh-huh.
Which, of course, yours is...
Today's Gourmet with Jacques Pepin.
Right. And so Jacques Pepin comes out, does a little cold open, and says, you may not think that this is what Today's Gourmet is, but I'm going to show you that you don't know half of what you think you know.
But way more French.
Way more French. I can't do his voice good. I wouldn't dare.
You gotta do slurps too. He does that.
He does have to slurp a lot because of...
Let's have that on them.
Because of how just this whole section of his lip is gone. Because apparently that's how you can taste things the best. So he does have to constantly keep it up there. But he says, you don't know half of what you know. And then Today's Gourmet with Jacques Pepin theme song plays.
Jacques Pepin.
Well, I was doing it en français. And so the theme song plays, Today's Gourmet today with Jacques Pepin. Oh la 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 da 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 da. That plays.
I never realized. So it's correctly pronounced Pepe.
The way I pronounce it is correctly is Pepe, yes.
Okay. Go on.
So then that theme song plays.
Because that would have rhymed with Today and Gourmet as well. Today's Gourmet with Jacques Pepin. But apparently that's not how it's said in French.
How do you say it?
Pepin.
Oh.
It doesn't matter.
It
doesn't fucking matter.
I'm going to binge watch a lot of it later and find out.
Okay. Sure.
But, point being, theme song happens. We love the theme song. Theme song is over. Cut back to Jacques. Pep. And then he says, all right, dumb fucks. Remember how I told you don't know shit? Well, I'm going to teach you how to start cooking. And then the theme song starts up again just for a second and says, Today's Gourmet.
Uh-huh.
And then he stops it.
He says, no, 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 no.
Yeah. That's like what we just did.
Yeah, that would be like what we just did if that happened on his show. Mm-hmm. You're right.
And you're right. And it's episode 106.
You sure?
Yes.
Cool.
And we're going to talk about batteries all episode long.
That's right.
Odds
are the very thing that our dear viewers are using in this moment to hear these amazing words.
That's true. It would be pretty
difficult.
It's
on a fucking battery.
It would be pretty difficult for somebody to be consuming this episode of Metaphiles without using some device that is using some kind of battery.
We couldn't be recording right now without a device with using some kind of battery. It's plugged in,
That's true.
but it's still going through the battery.
Yeah. And real quick, just at the top of the episode here, and
Real
go
quick.
ahead and do this at home if you'd like. Battery check for you. My phone is at 75%.
I got halfway. It doesn't show the percent. It just shows an icon
Oh,
with battery juice in it.
okay.
54%.
Oh.
I have to.
Okay. So I'm starting at 75, you're starting at 74. We'll check in with that as the episode progresses.
Yeah, well, I need like a battery check prompt. Battery watch.
Yeah. Well, how about this? Battery check.
Okay, let's put that right here.
Battery check. Okay. So then anytime you hear battery check, 75% still. And go ahead and play along.
54.
Go ahead and play along at home. Make time codes and let us know in the comments how your battery is doing. Are you concerned? Do you think it should be higher? 75, I feel pretty good. 54? How's it going over there?
I feel pretty good. It's obviously completely relative to how fast you can predictably estimate it will deplete based on the activity that you demand of your phone or any other battery-powered device.
Correct. Do you currently have any background apps running?
Yeah.
I, of course, have the official Metaphiles timer running.
Oh, word. Ow. I just closed them all. I hurt my neck looking at my phone.
Was your...
Don't get old, kids.
Because you closed your...
This is what, 106 episodes of podcast Ludia.
You closed your Ow, My Back background app.
Yeah, I keep that open and I notify it whenever I hurt any part of my spinal column.
Which the neck counts as the back for these purposes.
Yeah. Again, spinal column. So it it keeps track of that and tells me how old I'm getting, basically. It's like, you are 37 years old.
Mm-hmm. It tells you
Just-
that. Anytime you say that something hurts, it just says
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Great app. Worth the battery drain. Jay, what's the last thing you put a battery into or took a battery out of? It's time. It's the time to get the episode topic really flying.
Well, that's a very serendipitous word choice because I was just realizing it was putting fresh batteries into my RC helicopter controller that I won on this very show by consuming 100 Checkers French fries.
Yeah. Consuming them with aplomb.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I don't appreciate that dig, but thank you.
It was not a dig.
It's a fat joke.
No. Aplomb does not mean fatness.
I don't even like plums.
You don't like aplomb?
Give me a peach.
You can. They don't.
I would
have to
consume the
be
French fries
enemies.
with a peach, not a plum.
French fries, peaches combo.
I wonder if that'd be good. No, that'd be terrible.
Salty, sweet, maybe.
Maybe get some cottage cheese to kind of act as a medium between those two.
So the
And
fries.
maybe that would,
The fries are bread now. They are now bread. Fries are bread. Cottage cheese, peach. Second layer fries.
I'd try it. I would try it.
I guess I would too. I just ate some cottage cheese this very day.
Really?
Yes. No
Large
batteries
curd,
in it,
small
but-
curd.
They were small curd. I prefer a large curd. I'll take a small curd, certainly. But
So
I
you-
do prefer a large curd.
You want the AA curds, not the AAA curds.
I'm all right with a C curd.
Ah, woo. Okay. I'm the same way. I like the big curds.
Big old ravioli in there.
Wow.
Yeah, large curd. Just better texture.
It's true.
Just trying to think of a more elaborate way to say it, but I didn't.
True.
Battery check. 75%.
53.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
That is serendipitous that your last battery interaction was the RC Copper.
Sure.
And more so than you even know.
Why?
The future calls to you, Jason Ford.
Great.
Mine was took some C's, some big fat C's, right out of my electronic coin sorter that I bought after the pandemic ended, and I had wanted to get rid of all my coins.
Wow. Cool.
And man,
how many C's does that puppy take?
2 C's, double C.
Gotcha.
And took them out because they were dead. Don't have replacement ones. Put them to remind me, go get some of those. Because I got all these coins that are really piling up.
Cool.
It's cool. You don't see a C too often.
Yeah, they used to mostly go in like flashlights. You drop them down there.
Yeah.
Let's put that over here.
And then, may I complete the sound of the flashlight?
Please.
All the batteries are in it now, and then you go.
Yeah, it's more like a. Whoa. Spyros? Lightsaber?
It's a very powerful flashlight. It has like 6 C batteries in it.
Wow. I think the screwing in, it's more like.
Yeah, well,
like that.
mine was a little older than yours.
Fair enough. Okay.
But even in that flashlight, and it's funny, flashlight is kind of the main thing you think of battery being in. Well, second main thing. First one. No.
No. To be crass.
No. Television remote control.
Oh.
Okay? Get it in there, switch to MTV, put it right up your butt. You won't need to change the channel anymore once you're on MTV. That's where all the fun videos are.
We came from a different fucking world, man.
Yeah. Earth.
Yeah, I don't know what they're recording on TikTok, but it ain't. Anyways.
The AA in a remote control until
Usually,
a certain time came along. AAA. AAA taking over for AA out on its ace.
Yeah. Remember Circuit City is a whole store built around just selling fucking batteries. Insane.
Yeah. It's no wonder they're not around anymore.
Yeah.
Because, first of all, not enough circuits. Too many batteries. By the way,
well, the mayor of the city just ran into the ground.
So corrupt.
Yeah.
He was eating all the chips.
Yep.
This is not battery related, but it is Circuit City related because it's where I would have gone to get one. And, there's been a lot of talk on this podcast and, frankly, between you and I privately of, oh, Zach has a printer. Isn't he an asshole? My printer died last week.
Very sorry.
I had something I needed to print off, something that I needed to be hard copy rather than digital copy.
Yeah.
And my printer did not print that thing. And it's over. And I can't put a new battery in it. It doesn't take those. I have to go get a whole new printer.
Well, I am sorry that your printer broke.
Thank you. You ever do that thing with a 9-volt battery where you put it on your tongue, give yourself a shockola?
I like doing it.
You like it?
Mm-hmm.
You carrying one right now?
Sometimes I do two at the same time.
I always keep it handy. Keeps me alert. On the edge. where I gotta be.
Okay. That's what Al Pacino was doing in Heat. It wasn't Coke. It was 9-volt batteries on his
9
tongue.
volts. Boss, we busted a whole operation. Look at this. 25 kilos of 9 volt. Let me check it out. Good shit. Pockets that one. Not all that's making it into evidence.
That's good. That's a good. That's a funny 9-volt commercial. If anybody would ever.
Yeah.
Energizer still has
Do they?
battery commercials. Yeah, I still see the fucking little drummer guy.
Yeah. He's gonna need to switch to something else.
Yeah, there's a handful of truly timeless mascots like him. Pink Panther refuses to die.
Mm-hmm.
Oscar Mayer Mobile.
Yeah.
It's out there right now.
Definitely.
Anyways,
The duct tape nun.
it's just a habit made out of duct tape.
She looked great. She looked great with God. But, I mean, look, the whole thing with that bunny is he never will stop.
Mm-hmm.
But batteries are going to stop at some point. Not his, all of them.
Yeah.
And his will still be running,
Uh-huh.
but what's he selling us?
Immortality.
So that's what he should.
The immortal bunny.
Yeah. Worship him.
Eh.
Okay, you don't have to worship him.
Eh.
All right.
Batteries are pretty timeless. I mean, you're always going to need just a little thing. It's no fuss, you know? It's no fuss. You just put it in
Yeah.
and you play your little fucking Game Boy
Yeah.
shit. There's always going to be a use for Game Boys.
There are, but Jay, I'm going to tell you, I own a fairly modern edition of the Game Boy. No batteries.
What? Does it just charge up like a phone?
Plugged into the wall.
So it does have a battery. It's just not.
Doesn't have. Yeah.
Wouldn't it be just fucking easier to just have the fucking batteries that you just put in?
Hell no.
Oh, okay.
You dealt with that lately with much?
No, you're right.
It sucks. It always sucked.
You're right.
Batteries are a pain in the ass.
I just kind of like them. I just kind of like the whole concept of this like seemingly inert little chunk
Oh, yeah.
that you just plug into another seemingly inert thing, and suddenly it's full of power. It's cool.
It is cool.
It's fucking cool.
I should also point out that, like, this is the opinion of a guy who loves to put one on his tongue. I think maybe
And I'm also somewhat of an inert chunk myself.
you are a bit of an inert.
Thank you. Thank you.
But I wonder if perhaps you've placed so much voltage into your tongue via battery that your very brain runs on battery to some degree. And this is why you're so in love with batteries.
Let's have an MRI scan of my brain right now on the fact tube.
I feel like
Yep.
I see a AAA in there. Right? There, well, you could see where it was.
Yep. Well, I don't. That's fine with me.
Mm-hmm. What's the thing in your life that has the most batteries have gone into and out of it? Game Boy?
Mm,
TV remote?
probably a Game Boy, just from how much I played as a kid. That is a bank of battery hours
Yeah.
right there. Probably that.
And back then we're talking 4 per.
4 per. That's right. And
A.
And I really do think that would it. That would be it. Maybe, yeah. I'd almost want to say a remote mouse
Oh.
with a little battery in it.
Can we hear the wheel? Yeah. You want to hear my wheel?
Sure.
Much older mouse.
Sounds like a mouse. But no, I'm sure that honor belongs to the Game Boy. Yeah.
That great honor. Mine
So
probably
much.
too. Gotta be. Yeah.
Yeah. So much Tetris, Mario,
Oh yeah.
pole position.
Yeah. The Nintendo Corporation, because even up to the original Wiimote, still double A's.
Uh-huh.
The Nintendo Corporation and batteries, very, very good friends.
Yeah, they should have leaned into that synergy more.
Yeah.
You know, they really should have had more crossover kind of shit.
Yeah. There, you should go to the battery aisle and there should be A, AA, AAA, D, C, NES.
Or maybe like, bad idea. Maybe
I already pointed at the audience over it, so.
a specific battery, even if it's just the packaging it's sold in, that's discounted.
Yeah.
Well, it had to be
You know what it
specific
has?
to be using what?
Sorry.
No, this board meeting is open for suggestions. That's why we're here
Okay.
today.
I think it should be Kirby, and he's sucking up what we can tell is a bunny, and we know which one it is. We don't see him because that would be copyright. That
Yeah,
would get
maybe
him in
a
trouble.
drum mallet
Yes.
falling out of his mouth.
Yeah. Yep. And then Kirby is winning the fight,
Yeah.
and that's on every package.
Wow. Why are we here doing a podcast instead of making billions of dollars?
It's a question we ask almost every episode.
Yeah, you're right.
I just don't know how to get Nintendo on the phone.
Well, let's do this. Let's design a podcast viewing device that only plays Metafiles, but you turn it on and it just starts playing the latest episode. And it has like maybe one single dial.
Mm-hmm.
You can dial it back, and it's just every click is one more episode back. So if I want to watch from the beginning. So you turn it back, and it just starts playing Metafiles. Runs on batteries, and that's all.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
It takes 9 AAAs, and they last about an hour.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and it's 340 screen resolution, 16-bit colors.
Yeah. Yeah. And 16-bit audio,
Yeah.
which, what would we sound like coming through that?
Let's see what that all looks and sounds like on the fact tube right now. Wow.
Wow, it looked and sounded terrible. Welcome back. Welcome back to Metaphiles. We weren't on
Get
a
to work.
break, but in a way we were.
Anyways,
welcome to Leia Playas. This is a part of the podcast where Jay pitches a part of the podcast that might be better. It's not this. It's a part of the podcast within the podcast where Jay pitches a podcast that might be better than this podcast potentially. And this week, it's the extremely local news.
can we take off the Leia Playas thing while you're? I mean, if you're gonna,
This is Leia Playas.
but it's not. You're doing it.
But look at the background.
All right, fine. Extremely local news.
Okay, yes, this week Leia Playas is the extremely local news. And let's go ahead and launch right into it. Hello, welcome to the extremely local news. I am Fraj Markerson, and with me, of course, my co-anchor, Ledge Tondo.
Good evening, Fraj.
Hello, Ledge. Let's go right into the extremely local news. Our top story today, Pamela from Hair and Makeup celebrated a birthday over the weekend And guess which two anchors were not invited to the party?
We go now to our correspondent live at the party.
Live at the party that happened over the weekend. Woo! Yeah! And
Looks like a very fun time, and we weren't invited.
Certainly not, and I'd like to know, Ledge, just what is going on here.
I think, according to multiple sources, and this is a developing situation, we were invited because she couldn't remember our names. That's the indications that we're getting from our fact checkers. I think we have very memorable names, but this is a new segment, not
certainly we do, Ledge Tondo. And this just in, my timer went off a few seconds ago.
Breaking news.
But we're not done reporting the news yet. More on Pamela's birthday party once we can get her to tell us.
Extremely Local Podcast has timer sounding off.
Ledge, let's turn to a bit of lighter news in the Extremely Local news. My coffee is very hot today. I'm pleased with it, and it tastes not half bad either.
Is there any reason why we might expect it to not be hot currently?
Ledge, there has been a cold front in the newsroom as of late. I'm being told that Gerald is in control of the thermostat, and he likes to keep it at a 65 degree. Sources report that many in the newsroom prefer a 67 or even a 68 degree. But Gerald has been getting here very early, and everyone is too polite to say anything.
This is connected to a story we ran last week about Karen, who often complains about the temperature here in this studio. As this situation develops further, we will keep you abreast.
We certainly will. Ledge, let's turn to sports. Extremely Local sports.
All right.
I didn't play any sports today.
No sports here. I didn't even watch any.
I didn't watch any either or read about any of them. That's been sports. Oh, hold on. My ear itches a little bit. All right, this just in, my ear has been scratched. It feels much better now.
Getting word from our control room that we're running out of topics that are extremely local. Pressure to expand our scope of reporting into somewhat more large local areas continues to be a topic of heated debate.
This just in from the desk, this one. The people in the control room had better watch their asses if they know what's good for them. And I certainly hope that they do.
Developing story, local, extremely local news host has meltdown live at this desk. Happening now. We go now to live footage of that occurring.
And another thing about how they'd better watch their asses if they know what's good for them is that I do have the ability to make them lose their jobs, at which point they will be out on the streets, and we, of course, have absolutely no idea what's going on in the streets. That it falls outside of the range of our news broadcasting and reporting, and there might be fires or witches or stabbings or any number of things happening.
He's currently going on a heated, extended rant regarding the epistemic integrity of this show.
Join us tomorrow night on the Extremely Local News when an apology is likely to be issued by either one or both of the anchors of Extremely Local News towards the members of the control room staff.
Testimony from another currently present news anchor signals that there will be no apology.
Well, there you have it, Ledge. There will be no apology next week, and we've gotten it straight from the source. And I am talking into a microphone as we speak.
That's the extremely local news.
That's correct. It is. And signing off, of course, with...
Well, hold on. I'm hearing word right now.
More news is happening. Hooray.
An extremely local news anchor is having a tummy ache.
His
name is Ledge
Tondo.
Ledge Tondo. And tummy ache's so severe, in fact, he may even forget how to remember his own name.
This has been known to happen here on the Extremely Local News. We've had widespread reports of tummy aches so bad one forgets one's name. In fact, this very reporter may have suffered from one as well and may again in the very near future.
Some suggest that the intern in charge of brewing the coffee may be at fault, though these are unconfirmed.
We will, of course, attempt to confirm these rumors when we go and talk to the intern after this broadcast. This just in. Pamela is, I can see her over there. She's shrugging. She looks very apologetic. She's holding up a note that says, "It must have gone to your spam folder."
The local, extremely local parties, uninvited parties in question, are dubious to that claim.
Indeed they are, Ledge. Indeed they are.
We'll follow the story.
We will. And, oh no, breaking news. Doot, 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 doot. A second anchor of the Extremely Local News has also begun to experience the effect of a name-erasing tummy ache. So this, of course, is Fodge Handelsmarken.
And I'm Ledge Crack.
And this has been Extremely Local News. And that's that podcast.
That's a pretty good one.
Potentially.
Okay, that's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
I don't know how to feel about this whole thing about you just like doing it.
Well,
when I started to do it.
Do you want to do one?
No. Maybe not ever again. Think about that.
Oh shit. I forgot that part.
Yep. Doesn't count.
All right.
Not officially
okay.
A Leia plays because you forgot that.
The preceding Leia plays was stricken from the record. Forget that you saw it. Forget that you loved it.
Breaking news.
Oh shit, we're back. It's Fodge and Ledge, baby.
Let's crack. Yeah, think about it.
Yes, do, and I still am going to say we'll be right back. We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back. Battery check. 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 75%.
Oh, right. 53. It's holding out.
Oh. Jeez. Oh, wait. No, you started at 54.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you'd gone down 2.
My old phone, it would just sneak up on me. Well, you know what happened? It would hit like 20, well, not even that. It would hit like 35%.
Yeah.
40%, and then it would like double or triple its rate, which I'm sure is like a common problem. That's really not cool. You know, I get around through my phone. I call these motherfuckers these Uber people and I say, come pick me up.
Yeah. Hey, motherfucker.
Hey. And I pay them and tip them generously.
Mm-hmm. And they like it.
Yeah. And yeah, so it's like not, it's it's kind of a big deal.
Yes, it is a big deal.
It's kind of a big deal.
I live a similar lifestyle.
Mm.
I say, hey, asshole, come pick me up.
Mm.
And I am lucky enough to work at a job where I can spend a lot of the time at the job looking at my phone.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I'm looking at my phone and there's about 2 hours left in the shift, and my phone says 25%. And I say, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Because I know.
And you can't look at your phone no more.
No, I have to just look at my hand.
Yeah.
1 line, 2 lines, 3 lines.
Riveting.
For 2 hours I must. Difficult life. Let's learn about batteries. Shan't we?
Why are they called batteries?
That's the very first thing we're going to learn.
Poif.
In 1740...
Hey, Zach. Why are they called batteries?
Well, Jay... Go ahead and have a seat, and I'll tell you the tale. In 1749, one Benjamin Franklin.
Mm.
Benjamin...
Frog Franklin.
Froggy Franks used the term battery while inventing America. While experimenting with electricity using a linked system of Leyden jars, Leyden. These are jars that have batteries in them. No, they're like big batteries in a jar.
Huh.
They have chemicals and wires and things,
Uh-huh.
and they make electricity happen. And he put a bunch of them together and said, now it's a battery. I do declare.
No.
And I'll fuck anything that moves. He used this term because it was a military term for when a number of weapons are functioning together in kind.
Mm-hmm.
You knew this.
An artillery battery, yeah.
So, Froggy Franks said, this is like that, but it's like what I like, which is electricity. So I'm going to call that a battery, too. Who wants to fight?
Benjamin?
He found, between knuckle sandwiches, that more jars equals more charge stored equals more powerful discharge. He found. Then, in 1800, Italian physicist Alessandro Volta he built and described the first electrochemical battery, which was called the voltaic pile. Alessandro made his pile.
Volts. That's why they're called volts.
That's why battery.
Oh, my God.
He made his pile out of stacks of copper and zinc plates separated by brine-soaked paper discs. So brine is to thank for batteries.
Thanks, Brian.
Thanks, Brian. Next time you're eating a pickle and the light is on in your refrigerator because you have the door open while you eat your pickle.
And you're using a 9-volt on your tongue to make the pickle taste better.
Absolutely. Really give it that pickle kick. You gotta thank Alessandro for his pile. Bite the pickle, say thanks for the pile, Alessandro. This produced a steady current for a considerable length of time.
Bat the pickle.
But Volta did not realize that the voltage was due to a chemical reaction. He thought that the cells were inexhaustible and that the corrosion effects at the electrodes were a mere nuisance until 1834 when a man named Michael Faraday proved the real proof.
What was the real proof?
That they were not how Volta thought it was.
Then
in 1836, John Frederick Daniel created the first practical battery, which became an industry standard throughout the telegraph network. No more piles. Now it's Daniels.
Yeah.
He had a copper pot, and he filled it with copper sulfate solution, and immersed in it an earthenware container filled with sulfuric acid and zinc electrodes. Right.
Yeah.
So he did that. Volta made a pile by just like putting a pieces of paper into pickle juice and some copper and some zinc. Benjamin Franklin had some jars that he probably peed in and then put a kite into it and a key and everybody just putting stuff in stuff, Jay.
Yeah, it's bizarre. Like, how does this combination of these things come to be discovered at all? And second of all, why do they just have power storing properties? You know, like, I don't know why that's why.
And I don't know either. And what I'm thinking, Jay, is like, do we need to just start putting stuff in stuff and see what happens and maybe reinvent a thing?
Put something in something right now.
I want to take a glass of water, put a rock in it, put a penny in it, put some salt in it.
Yeah. And it would, you know, like it would store memes or something.
Yeah. Or a single episode of Metaphiles, maybe. Slap a little cardboard around that, figure out a place to put some Duracells in the back of it. Off to the races. And that's science.
Yeah. Who needs a Lenovo?
I don't even know, though. But guess what? These pots full of shit that Daniels made, they were called wet cells. And they were prone to leakage and spillage and were unsuitable for portable appliances. They also contained liquid electrolytes, which I thought was just for Gatorade. What's an electrolyte and when is it not liquid and what is it? And can I make one with a rock and some salt in a glass with a penny? Is that how I make them? Somebody just put a bunch of stuff in a bowl and made them once, right?
Where's the pickle?
Where's the pickle? Who invented that? We finally got one from Benjamin Franklin, by the way. You'd think he would have come up more, since he was so great.
Allegedly.
I was hoping we'd have a fun nickname for him, much like Leonardo da Thirsty or Thomas Fuckboy Edison, but I'm just scared of him. He punched your lights out, feed you to his pet turkeys.
Kill elephants.
That was not him.
Yeah, it was.
Probably he'll kill anything.
He electrocuted one of them.
He'll kill anything that moves. He'll fuck anything that moves. He'll be on whatever pieces of paper he wants to be on. Just don't get in his way.
Yeah.
It was near the end of the 19th century that dry cells replaced wet cells and liquid electrolytes are out and paste is in. And paste made it so that batteries can be portable. Thank you, pickles. Thank you, paste.
It's a paste. Pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Batteries are paste. How are you enjoying the research today?
It's alright.
Yeah.
It's really not explaining much.
It's explaining the history of batteries.
Yeah. Maybe I'm just a little bit spoiled.
Do you want to know how batteries work? I can tell you that. Okay, batteries have a positive end, which is called a cathode, and a negative end, which is called an anode. The anode releases electrons, which flow through the circuit of the battery
But why?
into the positive cathode area of the battery. And this causes a redox reaction by attracting cations, which are positively charged ions. Understand?
So it just keeps them in one spot?
No, it moves them from one end to the other.
Well, that's the process that keeps them localized to one spot?
And much like, picture a football player. And he is holding a football. And the football is electricity. And the football player has drank so many Gatorades. He's full of liquid electrolytes.
Okay.
And he runs from the negative end of the football field to the positive end of the football field. And because he is doing that, all the other football men are running around too. And they are electricity.
Football men. Wow.
And when he gets to the other end,
football men.
The cathode zone.
Cathode
He
zone,
makes
like
it to the
touchdown.
cathode zone. What does he do?
Touchdown.
He throws the ball down and has a big discharge.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And everybody gets so electrified
Football.
that they go, wow!
Yeah.
Electricity goes
And it's like Game Boy.
all out of them, and then you have a Game Boy.
Oh.
Now, do you like the research?
I like research. Whoa.
Here are the years in which our favorite sizes. Which was that?
That is a slurp sound.
Okay, just making sure I was not. Need to check my battery. Here are the years that our favorite size batteries got invented.
Okay.
The D.
Oh, one of my favorites. Gotta love the D.
You gotta. 1898.
Wow. That's the big. Excuse me. That's the big. That's the big fucking block guy.
A D is like a C but fatter.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. You look at a C and you think that's a big battery. Then you look at a D for a while, and then you go back to looking at a C, and it's not as big as you thought.
You see, that's a big battery.
Yes.
So the same design for the D as in 1988 or 1888 is still in use as the D battery? There's no.
Yes.
So what does the lettering system denote?
That is not
How much does it take to make a battery?
a lot.
How much does a battery weigh?
The double A.
What is a battery? How?
1907.
Okay. I'm strangely really interested now in batteries because they're
triple A.
They're like mysterious to me all of a sudden.
Well, yes, it's as mysterious to me that a battery works as it is that a copper pot with a copper sulfate with a earthenware pot with sulfuric acid and zinc electrode with liquid electrolytes.
Right.
It's all that stuff, but now it's in a little tube with a nipple on one end and not on the other.
And football.
And it's like inside it's like
football
that.
Man.
Yeah.
Football man.
The AAA, 1911. And everyone's favorite, the 9-volt. What do you think, Jay?
We're doing 1930.
The 9-volt battery has been plucking up little tongues since 1956. Now these, Jay, are all examples of primary batteries, meaning non-rechargeable.
There's more to all these batteries?
There's so much more. There is approximately 4 minutes more.
How many footballs does the other batteries, not the primary batteries, have? Do they have footballs?
Well, perhaps,
what team are they on?
Perhaps this will answer your question. Primary batteries currently make up 90% of the $50 billion battery market.
Wow.
15 billion primary batteries of all these various sizes are thrown away per year. And because of the bad chemicals and things inside of them, they are hazardous waste.
Yeah.
Also, the energy that is needed to manufacture a battery is 50 times greater than the power that a battery contains.
Yikes.
Yeah. Now this brings us to secondary batteries, which are rechargeable.
Like Elon's batteries.
Elon's, our phones, Elon's phones, the phone that will one day house Elon when he is ready to ascend to phone status. The secondary battery is a high growth rate industry and is slowly but surely replacing the primary battery as the high-end go-to product for batteries.
And certainly conserving a lot more resources because you don't have to make so damn many of them.
You certainly,
50 times the amount of the thing to do the thing.
That's absolutely correct. And you can just, sometimes you can even put it on a little disc.
Yeah. Energy is a very interesting thing to me because everything is just a flow of energy.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting in that it takes so many very specific forms for so many countless applications and so many fucking conceivable ways. But when you really zoom out your scope far enough back, it's really just fucking energy moving around.
Yeah. Even inside of our own body.
Right now.
We are like a battery, but it's not segment 3 yet.
Maybe I'm getting a little ahead of myself.
No, you're great. Here's a bunch of rechargeable batteries and who created them and when. The lead-acid battery was made in 1859 by French physicist Gaston Planté and is the oldest type of rechargeable battery. Battery check. 74%. Oh no.
53. Looks like you're cooked, son. I'm doing good. I'm sitting pretty.
These batteries are too bulky and have too slow of a charge, but they are used in cars. Then in 1899, a nickel-cadmium, or NiCd, battery was created by Wallocman Junger of Sweden. It contained cadmium, which is toxic and has been banned from use. He also created...
He was like, why is it not it's not a problem whatsoever? It's not... Why is it banned? Okay.
But don't count Junger out, because he, the very same year, also made nickel and iron one, NiFe. And this became popular with Thomas Fuckboy Edison, and in 1901...
Oh, yeah, it was Thomas Edison who electrocuted the fucking elephant, not Benjamin Franklin.
It was. Benjamin Franklin probably punched an elephant.
Yeah.
Seeing a way to make a profit in the already competitive lead-acid battery market, Thomas Edison worked in the 1890s on developing an alkaline-based battery that could get a patent on. Blah, 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 blah. He made an electric car in 1901, but it was not... the battery life was no good.
All cars were electric before they were gas powered.
Yeah, and by the time he got a really good one made, which he did do, people were already on the gasoline. And it was too late, and the man wouldn't let us change it.
That's right.
Now we turn to the nickel metal hydride battery, or NiMH, of 1989. Cadmium has been replaced by a hydrogen absorbing ally and is a popular consumer or industrial option. The lithium ion, we all know that one.
That's the big guy.
That's the big guy. That's what we're doing all our battery checks with right now. Timer's gone off. I'm going to finish anyway. I don't care. Because we're almost at the end.
I don't care.
The lithium ion is the top choice for consumer electronics. It has the best energy density and slow loss of charge when not in use, but does have a risk of unexpected ignition from battery-generated heat. Yeah, so it's the best one. Might explode. The lithium-ion polymer battery, or LiPo, is a light in weight, offers slightly higher energy density than lithium-ion, although at a slightly higher cost, and can be made in any shape.
And it can be made in any shape.
Any one you want.
Wow.
You want your battery to be shaped like a T-Rex?
That's cool.
They can do that. It is available, but has yet to replace the lithium ion in the market. Its primary use, Jason Ford, the future called to you. The primary use of the lithium-ion battery at this time is for remote-controlled cars, boats, airplanes, drones, and
helicopter.
Some test reports warn of risk of fire when batteries are not used in accordance with instructions, possibly due to use of liquid electrolytes. Those are back after all this time.
Wow.
And that's the research. We learned a hell of a lot. I'm so glad we did.
Pretty cool.
We'll be right back. We are back for a second time, and we are in a third segment. It's a little crazy, but don't worry. It is segment 3. We are going to discuss why batteries, why them at all, as we do in the third segment of an episode of Metaphiles. Thusly.
We need the juice, baby.
We need it.
We need the juice.
We need the juice. We need... there's another one. I didn't even write it down. Somebody made a battery with fucking grape juice was in it. During this middle period where it was piles and jars and pots.
Grape juice.
Grape juice. So literally making juice out of juice. Just putting stuff in stuff. Just like, what do I have in the fridge/garage?
Mm-hmm.
Put it all in a stone thing. Mix it up with a wire hanger.
Huh.
And maybe I'll be able to play Game Boy. One day. Maybe my children one day will have a Game Boy.
Yeah. Well, I wonder how many batteries go into making more batteries. Like, how many batteries are used in the process, you know? That's fucked up.
We did learn, probably the best piece of that of all the research is that it takes 50 times the amount of power the battery has to make a battery. So that means you're putting 50 AA batteries into a battery making machine to make one AA battery.
It's not what I would describe as sustainable. Also, you know, with this, it's the Matrix. Y'all remember Lawrence Fishburne holds make a human being into this, and it's just a fucking battery. We were like, what, dude?
I certainly.
Oh,
whoa, dude. We all said that when we watched The Matrix.
Yeah.
I, too, was going to bring up The Matrix and the fact that The Matrix was all about that humans are batteries for The Matrix.
Beat you to it.
You did. And the thing about that damn Matrix is, we're still talking about it. It holds up. Hey, real quick. Battery check. 74.
53.
All right. So far, so good.
We're sitting pretty.
We might just make it. How is yours doing? Go ahead and post a comment with a time code.
Or just comment a percentage figure.
Oh, yeah. That's all.
Just the numbers and a percentage sign. That's your whole comment. Like,
yeah. You should have been doing it throughout the episode. Just time code, percentage.
Honor system, and the highest one gets a free...
battery.
Well, I was thinking free subscription to the Metaphiles Patreon.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Which is, of course, yet to be, realized.
Yeah, but it will be. And it is probably going to run on battery for the first couple years at least.
Probably. Battery-powered Patreon.
Yeah.
And the person who wins that, because it's not made yet, they're going to have to reserve that prize of a free Patreon subscription with a monthly fee until we get that Patreon going.
But don't worry, because the reservation fee is very easy to pay.
Yes.
And
use your battery-powered Metafiles Pay Buddy that you should have received in the mail the first time you watched a Metafiles episode.
That's right. If you have not received the battery-powered Metafiles Pay Buddy, that means that there has been a transportation mishap, and you will unfortunately have to pay the transportation mishap fee, or TMF. This is all at the bottom of every Metafiles episode screen. You can read it if you magnify.
If you need support, use your battery-powered Metafiles Tech Buddy. That should have been included with your Pay Buddy.
That's right.
Also requires 12 D batteries.
12 exactly. Do not put 13 batteries into the Metafiles Pay Buddy.
Metafiles is not responsible for what happens if you put 13
Absolutely, we are not. If the Metafiles Pay Buddy has 13 batteries in him, he will become the Metafiles Pay enemy, and we are not held responsible for what he does or says, or...
But we can get him removed for a fee that will be reasonable.
Certainly the Metafiles battery-powered Pay Buddy turned enemy extraction fee, TBPPPMEFE,
is accessible to the TBBMPFEB buddy. That should have come included.
Yes. He is the smallest of the buddies. And should, if you've done everything correctly, should just sit on the table and stare off into a void of knowing that he is pointless.
If that's not happening, anything other than that,
if you look at your
Metafiles is not responsible.
TEMPMFEPBP buddy, and he seems to have a look in his eye that is anything other than existential ennui, you are going to need to bury him in the yard.
That's how Patreon works, right?
That's how the Patreon works at this time.
So yeah, just comment a percentage in the YouTube comments, and all of that will happen to you.
All of that can be yours. Now then, why batteries? We need the juice.
We need the juice.
We need the juice. Not everything can get plugged into the wall. Not enough slots. Car needs a battery. Can't plug that into the wall. You could not drive away.
Well, you know what? It goes back to what I was saying about everything just being energy. When you think about it like basically enough, and like it just moving around. And so it's kind of like a battery is kind of like money, to where like you use money to get something that you didn't put like any real work into. Like you didn't design a Nissan Sentra from 1995 that your uncle had. You bought off of him for $1,000, but you paid $1,000 for it.
Yes, I did.
So it's just an instant transfer of energy.
Yeah,
if that makes sense, because you got it, you expended energy to get it, and so batteries are kind of the same thing.
Batteries are electricity's dollar bill.
Yeah. The currency of electricity.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something like that. It's just like energy, man. That's what fucking batteries are about. Energy, dude.
Electricity's dollar bill is what you pay to your Game Boy. In order for your Game Boy to provide you the service that it provides. Which is Tetris.
It's like that'll buy you 3 hours.
Yeah. Electronics devices are sex workers. Batteries are electricity's dollar bill. You see your Game Boy, and your Game Boy sticks its little leg out, which is the Tetris cartridge, and says, "Hey there, sailor, looking for a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Only cost you 4 AA's, same as downtown." And you pull out your sweaty batteries,
Mm-hmm.
and you fumble them, and you say, "Is this enough? I only got 3. Can I play for 45 minutes?"
And your Game Boy goes, ugh, fine.
Mm-hmm. And then you get 45 minutes worth of Tetris. Not enough to get it done, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then your Game Boy dies, and it lays back, smokes a little cigarette, and
Yeah.
you head on home.
Or you dig out some more batteries, go for round 2.
You dig out some more. You had more. You had more all along. But those were supposed to be the batteries for your children's Game Boy that you weren't promised yourself.
The actual Game Boy.
That you promised yourself you weren't going to spend.
Damn. We don't know why batteries. I think that's that's why batteries.
Yeah, it's probably not what we just said.
Yo, honestly, we just don't know, really.
We don't know.
You need fucking energy.
I know when I was reading off the paper that I seemed like I really understood it. I don't. I don't know why zinc is different than copper.
All right.
Let's do the work, huh?
Which one do we start off with? It's been many years.
Yeah. Well, let's name them all, and we'll do it successfully. You got the fate. You got the enemy. You got the lesson. You got the twist. Battery check. 73.
53. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. 53. Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah, fuck yeah. Okay, so those are the 4. Where should we start?
The enemy, the villain.
The villain of the battery is 1/2 of an hour. Gets it every time.
Yeah, I agree.
All
That
right.
is such a good villain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm itching to cross the fate off the list.
Yeah, you know what? We normally do start with that one.
Well, there's no
Anyways.
rules here, man.
Yeah, man.
Uh,
Fucking.
I think we've been very fair to the battery,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna continue to be fair to the battery.
Be fair to the battery.
Be fair, but also beware.
Mm-hmm.
I'm putting the batteries in the jacuzzi, because when they're gone, they're gone. And when they're really gone forever, and we can just charge everything by breathing on it, I'm not going to mind jamming my thumbnail, this is not my thumb, but you get it, into that little tiny crack. The spring is not given enough, so you end up using all of this.
And you kind of go like this, like you have to like use your elbow almost.
And then it finally pries out of there. Your elbow comes back, you hit your funny bone. I'm not gonna miss that one bit, and goddamn are they expensive. But I do like playing Game Boy. I do like having a television remote, and they have helped me with those things.
Considering all types of batteries. I totally agree. Because, you think about like Duracell or some shit, or like a 12 volt or like whatever, but our phones, everybody has a battery on them at all times.
That's right. Yes, batteries control much of our thinking.
Yeah.
And we are batteries ourselves.
My computer doesn't need a battery. Well, it needs a power source, but that's not a battery.
It tells you how much battery life it has left.
No, I'm talking about a desktop.
Yeah, I guess not. Laptop, certainly battery.
Yeah.
I forgot you were still rocking a tower. like a king.
Yeah, I'm rocking a tower.
Pretty cool, honestly. I miss a tower sometimes.
Word.
We don't have time for that right now.
Computer episode.
Ooh.
But no, I'm the same way. If we could do without batteries, it would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, jacuzzi.
Yeah, and I think we're going to be chilling in the jacuzzi with batteries until we ourselves go to the jacuzzi.
Yeah, probably.
I don't think it's in our lifetime that we become batteryless, but hey, I don't know. I didn't think there'd be damn green hair in my lifetime.
Okay.
Now then.
The lesson
and the twist. I would go with that. The lesson is that we too are a battery that the Matrix taught us, but I don't know. It maybe is the lesson. Dust off that old Game Boy. You still will have fun. I've been flying high on lessons the past few episodes. I really broke through. But I'm not trying to fly too close to the sun, Jay, so.
It's good.
Dust off that old Game Boy is good.
No, I mean, what you said is true.
Oh, yes, okay.
The lessons you suggested were terrible.
Right, yeah.
No.
Me knowing that I should not have suggested them was what was good.
I don't know, but I don't know one.
Okay, well.
We said something that could be considered a lesson, though.
Oh, many things every episode.
You're right.
We can circle back. We tend to end on the twist, but we don't have to. There are no rules, man. Maybe the twist will impart a lesson to us.
Yeah, what's the twist?
This episode has been battery powered? No, we already knew that at the beginning.
Maybe the twist is every little battery is just full of orange juice. Or, I'm sorry, grape juice. Whichever one it was that they made one out of.
It was great. They probably did orange at one point, too.
They're just all full of grape juice.
Yeah.
That's it.
So go ahead and find something in your home that has a battery in it.
Find a battery, take a hammer, smash the battery.
Smash the battery.
Don't do that.
Put the battery inside of a glass and smash it in there. And slurp up.
Yeah, okay. I mean, what is orange juice?
Yeah.
Oh, I know what the lesson is. Put a bunch of things together and see what happens.
Yeah, that's it. That is what the lesson is.
Yeah.
Science is put a bunch of stuff in a bowl.
A concrete fucking thing and just see what happens. Yeah, okay.
That's a great lesson. Yeah, that's a real lesson you'd learn in school. Normally the lessons are moral in nature.
That kind of bullshit.
This is academic lesson.
Mm-hmm.
Put a bunch of stuff in a thing, and if you put enough of stuff in the right thing, and the stuff that's in the thing is the right stuff, then science will happen. And if science,
all night. with the Game Boy.
Science will happen all night with your Game Boy.
At the hotel.
Yes. At the No-Tell Motel, science is happening between you and your Game Boy.
Fuck yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, we are not out of time.
I don't give a shit.
Me neither. And basically, we are out of time anyway. This is the part of the sign-off that I say.
This part's off. That I say.
Now, let's all go play.
Metaphiles.
Hello there. It's almost the end of the show, but not quite. I'm Zach Caffrey,
I'm Jason Ford.
and you just watched the episode of Metaphiles that you watched, and now you're seeing this, and it's the part where we say, it's like us, subscribe to us, comment about it,
Get on our shit.
get on it, build a little community with us. You're all a part of it. It's a nice little world we have here.
It's just a big ball of liking and subscribing and comments.
And it's wonderful to do. And you like doing it. You do.
You do.
You do.
Yeah, you do.
And this week, why not make a comment about bye.
Bye-bye.
Metaphiles.